Let's talk for a minute about locks. Not long ago, I went to an AMA certified testing center for windows, and one of the areas that we went to, they were testing locks, all the different locks. And Milgard is known for their locks. That's the one, if there was one signature thing that I think people really fall in love with about a Milgard window and their Tuscany or their Trinzic series, would be the locks. And I'm going to show you the guts of those locks in a minute and why they operate so nicely and easily. But I want to talk to you about locks. One of the things that a lot of the companies still have on the market are cam locks. And they're saying, well, these locks are more secure, easier, and so forth. But I have news for you. This guy told me in this little training session that we went to, he said, it doesn't take anything hardly to get through a cam lock or any lock, even all the Milgard locks. Basically, you need a flathead screwdriver and maybe a small pry bar like this. But let's be real. It is glass that we're talking about. It doesn't take much to break into a window. You got to break the glass. Or if someone has a serious tool like this, you put this between the vent panel and the fixed panel, and you can pry anybody's window open in a matter of seconds. So what's important about a lock to me is the durability, the longevity, and the ease of use. So I'm going to go through, I have 6 locks here from various manufacturers. Several of these are products that we carry here at Homestar. And I want to teach you some of the differences between the locks and what to really look for when you're buying a window with a nice lock on it. Okay, I'm going to start with cam locks first. And let's start with this series here. This is a set of locks that I'm not really impressed with, and it's actually with one of our biggest competitors here in the state of Utah. It's a cam lock, but it has all plastic parts to it. The lever itself is plastic, the housing, and the cam that runs through here. I'm not as worried about the security on this. Like I said, you can get into these locks pretty easily with some very simple tools, but I am worried about the durability of a cam that's plastic that pulls into. Also, this is all plastic too, this keeper that it pulls into. I don't think this is going to hold up really well. This is a low conductivity lock, but it's a very minor improvement in energy efficiency to have this in plastic. So to me, it's not worth it. This particular company that makes this one doesn't have a pull rail in the center of their window either, so you're always pulling on this little lever when you're opening your window from the center of the window, and I really don't think it's going to hold up well. And on the samples that I have of this window, this lock already doesn't engage well. Next would be a cam lock with all steel parts. This is a steel cam inside here. It's got a steel arm on it that should hold up pretty well, and you can tell the difference in that. That's an all steel keeper. So that's a pretty good lock. Cam locks tend to compress the vinyl together a little bit. They could be a little more airtight, but all the rest of the locks that I'm going to show you on this table actually have the same air infiltration rating. All 6 of these windows are 0.3 or below, which is really good for air infiltration. So I don't think that's a significant improvement. This is a cheaper made lock, and you do save some money with it. As we go up the ladder now, we're getting into locks that are auto closing. This is an auto closing lock that comes on the MI 5000 series window that we carry. Has an all steel keeper. The way that comes together, it's really clean and secure, and it's going to hold up really well. It's a real solid lock, and it's fairly easy to operate. I call it kind of a butterfly lock. You just pinch it and push your window open, and it's a nice lock. Milgard is actually the inventor of that lock. This is a knockoff from it. Several manufacturers have this exact same lock. They tried to copy Milgard. Theirs is a little lower profile. I like the look of it. It's not as bulky. And it is all steel parts in here. There is no plastic parts in this. This is solid steel, every part of that lock. And the keeper is all solid steel. It's really nice and durable parts that are coming together and locking that and securing that window. Milgard had this on their Tuscany window for 15 years. It's still on their Styline window now because they came out with some new innovations, and that's the one I want to show you next. These are the nicest locks on the market. This first one is the most recent lock that Milgard came out with. It's on their Trinzic window. It's all got kind of square parts to it. That came apart on me. And it's real clean. All the guts of this are all stainless steel. Even the springs in there are stainless steel. There's no plastic parts in all the moving parts of the lock. They do put a cheaper keeper on this where this kind of drops into a bucket and holds the window in place. But I'm not really concerned about that. That's going to hold up really well, and it is under warranty. So the next one is the Smart Touch Lock. This was the greatest invention that Milgard has ever come out with. They have a lot of nice things on their windows, but this lock, I have sold thousands of windows because people fell in love with this lock. It's all steel parts. The guts of it are all steel. This thing just is indestructible and is the easiest lock to operate on the market. It has a lot of awards from the Arthritis Foundation. People love it. You can just push it with one finger. It's engaged a little bit. You can always tell when the window's not shut all the way because it's cocked open just a little bit. And it's just a real nice lock. All the parts of this are really durable. They're guaranteed for life. If I was to choose a lock for my house, it would be one of these two. And I think you will enjoy a lifetime of use with these locks without any problems with them.